Hey everyone, this is Tracy with Color Me This. Today is the daily color. We're on episode 162 because I slipped in a supply demo video that will be made live before this is live. Sorry about that. I just hit my stand. Now, we finished the bird yesterday. We are switching gears to hearts. I am starting with the Castle Arts Gold. I will be coloring for 45 minutes, and I'm doing what I call the inverted heart, which really is the heart is going to be red, and the flowers are going to be green and blue. So it's a limited palette. Again, Castle Arts Gold is what we're using today. I've got a light, a medium, and a dark. I don't see a need for 4, though I do have 4 of the blues and then 4 reds. So we're going to start with the green. Again, it's 3 shades, a light, a medium, and a dark. And we have the, these are kind of shiny, so I will say that the capped end gold numbers are very hard to read because of the shiny green. But over here, the matte blue, very easy to read. So it's kind of a mixed bag with these pencils as far as legibility. So Castle Green Light, 59, Prussian Green, 50. Boy, see, that is just so hard to read. 55, I think. You guys might be able to see better than me. Let's see if I can see it through the camera. Just so shiny, too shiny. Cadmium Green, 62. I can read that one. It's just this middle one that I think is 55 that's very hard to read. And I am going to start with a dark. And this is a super dark. I was toying with 2 different darks, and I have decided to stick with the very dark. And this hopefully will go super quick. And I'm thinking, I already mentioned yesterday that I am going to be... Oh, I could sharpen this even a little bit more. That I'm going to do Castle Arts Soft Touch on this bottom large heart, because it is one of the 4 sets that I am to use on this 4 heart page. So I'm going to ignore what order I'm supposed to do it in, and tomorrow I'm going to do the soft touch so that I can do some comparisons. So if you guys remember my previous times I've used these, I have loved their vibrancy and how easy they are to blend. And they are, for my way, the way I use them, they're a little bit on the messy side. They're kind of like a Prisma. They leave crumbs, and oops, and my thing just slipped. Let me get it back up where it needs to be. So I hope that by doing these small areas first, and then going into the area that's going to have the larger amount of color, which will be the heart, which I am making. The heart is going to be an ombre red to pink. Red in the middle, deep red, like a mahogany, to pink on the outer edges. And so I hope I won't be getting it too messy. And it will be interesting to compare the blendability to its older sibling, the soft touch. And then also the cleanliness of the soft touch. I don't recall them being very crumbly like these. And so that is what I will be focusing on tomorrow with the soft touches. Okay, so that was the darkest. I'm going to the middle tone now. So I am using light pressure, and I find that they fill in this tooth. This is a very smooth paper. And there are some pencils of the sets that I own that, even though these are a very smooth pencil, it still takes a little work to get that tooth filled in. All of the bottoms of the flowers are going to be this middle green. I hope I catch them all. So like I said, it'll be nice to have this be, oh, see, and I forgot that flower. To have this be a nice, quick, I am not prepared, by the way. If it does go faster than I think, I will be stopping because I don't have the soft touches out. And I will be doing some color matching, and I think it will require some work. I don't know that they have the same color names. I think some of them are the same, but I don't think they're the same color palette at all. So it'll be a little bit of work to match everything up and be prepared to color number 2 tomorrow. And then I do remember I could not read my paper that was over beside me, somewhat far away. It was telling me that the other small heart, one of them gets to be Derwent Drawing, and the other one is the Color 120s, which I believe they are a little bit on the crumbly side as well. So I might be able to make a couple of statements about that using 3 pretty messy sets of pencils, because I think the soft touch are also crumbly, but we'll find out. That's why we're here, to color and describe what I think about these pencils. But as far as a person with bad hands, I think I would prefer to deal with some crumbs if I have a really easy to use pencil that does not require a lot of pressure. And these do not require very much pressure at all. They're slightly on the noisy side compared to the Brute Funer flower boxes, which are just like stealth pencils. They are very nice and quiet and very clean, also easy to use. I will have to say, if I had to grade, which one would I pick over the Brute Funer flower box and these Castle Arts Gold? The Brute Funer would win all day long. Okay, we're on to our lightest green. Yeah, the Brute Funer flower boxes, they're such a kind of a collector type of pencil, but in the end of the day, they are a fantastic pencil. So you as a collector, or me as a collector, I'm like, oh, I want those. But I want them because there's 520. They're in color family order. They're already numbered 1 through 520. And who wouldn't want that? Then you get them, and they are just so good. Certainly not light fast. Wouldn't want to do any finished art with them, but as far as a super pleasant to use colored pencil, that's what they are. Now, I'm traveling in now August. We've moved it out a little bit, and I get to bring 1 set of pencils with me, and I haven't decided because we're doing carry-on luggage. When I get to my mom's, I will have her 2 pencil sets that she has. She may own 3 by then. I'll tell you her story in a minute. So I've got to pick something that would be small, maybe a 72. I don't know that I'll have room for any more than that. I'm going to make these. I'm going to switch to the middle. So I am finished with greens, and now all I'm doing is, with the middle green, I am doing some of the little flower bud ends. That one I missed. Oh, I've got the bottom ends. So yes, it will be so interesting. It means that I will, for 2 weeks, If I even get to coloring every single day, I'll probably, I'm not even sure if I'm going to bring a computer. It might be a Strike Team Alpha type of a trip. So if I do make videos, they might be raw footage and no editing and maybe a title page. But I think it'll be fun to explore that aspect of running a channel, keeping things super simple. All right, so I have one surprise that I won't mention, a thing I want to do at the very end that I might wait until all 4 are done. And then I will do that very last embellishment step. So that'll be fun. Okay, I'm on to blues. And we have 4 of them. Not sure if 4 of them will even be necessary because everything is so small. Let's see how well I can read these. The light is at the top this time. Cobalt turquoise 48, cerulean blue middle 99, 100 cerulean blue, indigo light 45. And I am going to start all of the largerish flowers with a nice indigo light gradient. So we're just about to the end of the month. I have made a small supply haul pile of things I've got this month. Very few items. One item isn't even here. It'll come Saturday. I think Saturday is still not quite July. I believe Monday is July 1st. I have a doctor's appointment that day. So my plan will be to do the haul, now that I'm walking through the dates, with the product that is coming and the couple of other items. I'm very excited about what's coming. I have been searching and searching. You know, I love to frequent Mercari, Facebook Marketplace, eBay, and that is what I ended up was an unopened package, but it is not new. You know, it's basically somebody bought it and never opened it because it still has the packaging, the cellophane. I took a gamble, so I can tell you a little bit. Hopefully I'll remember that I already told you this, that the product, there's no returns. So I certainly hope that somebody didn't re-cellophane it, or that there's absolutely nothing wrong with the brand new products inside, or I'll have to cry. You know, I've taken some gambles and I've won some and lost some. But in the end, the sellers typically on eBay make things right, which I do appreciate. All right, so I've got all of these blues. I'm trying to get these soft gradients here where I'm going to blend in with the lighter blues. And now I promised you a story about my mom. So she is working on moving here, and she has decided that she sold her horses. We've both had horses. Well, because she's my mom, you know, I had a horse when I was 11, and it was mostly my horse, but she was very involved and rode and all that stuff. She was a horse crazy kid just like me. So then at some point, we're both adults. I am just newly married, and I decided to get a horse. And she had, at the time, who she still has, a husband who was willing to have horses with her. So we got horses at the same time. I had a rather more pleasant experience than she had with her first two. Her husband ended up not having a very pleasant initial horse ownership experience, so he became a non-rider, and really my mom ended up with both horses. So I'm moving to the second blue, cerulean blue. So it's kind of a teal, actually. So now the horses are gone. She's still on the property. They haven't sold it yet, so they haven't been able to move here. But in the meantime, she did buy this same book, and she watches all my videos and sends me updates of her coloring that she has done. And she says, I bought these color pencils and they only have 2 oranges. I said, yeah, they are not strong on the orange category for sure. So I set her up with the round full color. I'm going to have to switch my legs. Full color round Brutfuners, and the price difference between I think the brand that it's like a white label version of the Brutfuner called LBW is the brand, and the 180 is only $5 more than the 120. So that's what I think she had in her cart, and I'm not sure if she got them. And I do not own them. I just own the square 120s and these, and not these, the ones I just finished using, the 520s. These are still very pleasant, by the way, not to take away from the set that I am using, which are a dream to use, and they actually, as I suspected, I'm using them in small areas, I'm using light pressure, and I am not getting any crumbs. So it is a pressure where maybe when I'm doing the final burnishing of them, I might see some crumbs, but we'll see. Anyhow, so she is going to be getting the 180s, and I have told her, you know, if you don't want to get them, when you arrive here, you will have access to all of my pencils. It does mean, because she's not going to live in the house with us, she's going to have her own house in the community. So when she picks a set to use, it's probably going to leave my rotation and dwell at her house. And she can swap them out for other pencils if she wants to try something different. Oh, these are lovely. Okay, so let's move to even lighter. One lighter, cobalt turquoise 48. At this point with where I'm at, and they're so small, I'm going to go ahead and let this be the burnishing pencil color. The water droplets, there's a few of them. I haven't committed any color to the water droplets yet. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and burnish. So I'm ending up not using the lightest color, which is just a shade of lighter blue than this light blue. So yes, she counted the colors of yellows and oranges in the 180, and that amount makes her happy. And I think it's funny because she was the one, she had 50 pencils, the Staedtler, and was sure she would never need any more than not even 50, 48. But she quickly outgrew them. So here she is this year. She has the 120, and now she's going for a 180. I will say, I am a long time crafter. I have crafted and done crafty things my whole life. And you may say, oh, I have everything I'm going to need. I'll never need more than this. Then you'll figure out something fun, a new twist of a new product that you've never seen before, and it just makes you very excited. And next thing you know, you've now like doubled the supplies because of this cool thing that you saw that you just had to have. That's what coloring is, or crafting is all about. And I do have a lot of supplies that I call crossover supplies, that you will have heard that term in my last video. I hope I said that this is episode 162, because 161 is that video that I call it my crossover supply video. And I even show samples of the cards that I made with this supply that I plan on using to color backgrounds. There might be a tiny bit of room left. Oh, that was the lightest one. Okay, so 99 is the one that didn't get used, and I pulled the lightest color. So we are using only 3, and I'm going to set aside, and I think I'm done, in fact. Oops, I hit the stand. I do want to go in. One of these little puff balls down here doesn't have any dark blue on it. One of the things that I enjoy focusing on is ensuring that my darks get dark enough and the lights get light enough. It's easy to work on letting the lights get light enough. You just have to pick an area of your image that you say up front, this is going to stay white. And you have then established your lightest light. But the dark has to be a dark color that you apply. Okay? Setting those aside, moving this middle cerulean far, far away, I get to start on the red already, and we're only at 22 minutes. It's exciting. All right, so I've got 4 reds. It's a gradient from dark red to pink. Let's see if I get these in the right order this time. If I look awkward when I'm shifting my pencils around, it is because my hands are a little awkward. They have been through a lot. Okay, magenta is the darkest. Oh, we'll start with the lightest, like I try to always do. Azalea pink, 82. Grenadine, 90. Scarlet red, 22. And 86 magenta. And here we have the dipped ends looking like scarlet red is a lighter color than grenadine, but that is not the case on my swatch. So we'll see how good the swatch is. Oh, and look at that, I didn't do the middle flower. I will have to go back in. Okay. You probably don't see this here, but at one point I accidentally had the book. I was doing a quick mock-up on one of my, you saw the mini mock-ups of the bird. And so I have the hearts. I have many copies of the hearts. So I had moved my copy of the hearts that I had done. I had like colored in this side over here a little bit. And sure enough, I moved it, and what was underneath it was the book. So I accidentally started coloring this color in the center and had to erase it because I was not filming. Oopsie. All right, I'm going to see if that center is enough of the dark. And now I'm going to really soften. Yeah, I know that some people, I've seen like people, you know, what pencil do you really like? And there are people who are Castle Art fans. I do own all of the Castle Arts, and I do think if you get them on sale, a good sale, they're worth it. But I don't know that I would want to pay the full price of them, and I really wish that the company had decided. So I'm moving to Scarlet Red, which is the one lighter. So anyhow, I wish that they did singles. That's one of the newer criteria for me picking out sets, having what I consider a complete set of all of the good budget Amazon type pencils. I have been picking up sets that maybe are a little bit more, but that do allow you to buy singles. So I now have what I consider a good selection of brands of pencils that I can get singles pretty readily. All right, so I am ready to go one lighter. And I have not burnished. I will be coming back here with a color. I am leaving the reds as light as possible for the moment. I feel when you have a bigger space that if you do the lighter layers, you can end up with a little smoother finished look. So now I'm going to see. This is Grenadine 080, and it is what the one that, oops, I'm going to sharpen this, that the tip shows lighter and my swatch shows lighter than the Scarlet, even though it's dipped and looks darker. I have a really fun embellishing treatment that is not something I've done very often. And I'm excited to finish off this page with that. These two I did not do the green on. Let's see if I find all these and remember them. So I've talked about my travels. Talked about I did go get my test. I've been to the specialist. It's sadly timing. The most frustrating thing for me in the medical world is when I have a test and it is complete. And it was not submitted in time for my appointment, and there was no way that I could run 40 minutes south to go get this. And my appointment actually was a telehealth appointment. Okay, I think I'm ready to do pink. So anyhow, we have a game plan, and I didn't see anything scary in the radiography report. You know, there was some stuff. You know, I'm older, so there's going to be stuff. But you know, the scary thing is, like, it's not cancer. It's certainly, you know, because I'm here and I'm not like in the hospital. It's nothing like that. I will say that because oops, sorry, I've got to go to the light color. This is what happens when I talk. Azalea Pink 082. That the morning that I got sick with this, which I do get sick with this periodically, but only a few times a year. And I think when I went back through my records, because I try to track this this weird thing that happens to me. I had not had it in all of like 2021 to 2022, maybe all through 2022. There was over a 12-month period where I didn't have it at all. But I got sick with it in the middle of the night, where I had an 8 a.m. annual wellness visit, and I was sick, and my husband made me go. No, you're going, he says. And I said, oh, I don't even think I can make it. He's like, you're going. And I made it, and I was all it. So, when you're sick, I never take my temperature. I never take my blood pressure. And I had my temperature. I was freezing. I had already went through the sweats part of the sickness. So I was freezing. And my temperature was 97.1. And my blood pressure was so low. And I'm a high blood pressure person. And my blood pressure was 117/71. And that's way low for me. So my doctor was really, really good. And he told me, because we just went to the second attempt at the wellness exam where I'm feeling better. He says, I will tell you, 9 people out of 10, I would send them to the ER. And I did not send you to the ER because I know how, healthy you are, and you take care of yourself, and you know how to take care of things, because I pretty much have had a lot of health issues in my life. And he did not make me go to the ER. He gave me medication and sent me home, and made my husband promise to keep me in bed. You make her go to bed. She does not get to get up. And he's like, yep, I will be home, and I will make sure she stays down. So he says, yes, any other person, I would have sent them to the ER, but I knew that you could handle it. And I'm so glad, because it would have been miserable being in an ER, and the tests they would have wanted to do. Okay, so there's my non-burnished version of the red heart. Now the trick is I need to get probably another layer. I'm trying to decide. This is the lightest pink. I will often burnish with the lightest color over the darker colors. But my question is, do I need more of the dark colors in the center? We're at 32 minutes. So we're doing good for time. I think I will take another pass at this dark. But I'm going light. This is light, light, light pressure. Small circles, trying to keep it very even and smooth. That is the trick. So I am glad that I am on the mend. I am back to, he says, are you back to your normal exercise and biking? I said, yep. So this week, I went back, and on Monday was able to exercise all week, doing my normal thing. I will say I am more tired than normal, because I'm not all the way recovered, but I definitely have recovered enough to resume my exercise that I do. But one of the things I did insist on is, with this, I already wanted to talk about this anyway, is that because I exercise daily, up to 2 to 3 hours of exercise a day, cardio, everything, my blood pressure has been too low. And so he agreed to take me off. I'm on, over the years of as I have aged. I went from one blood pressure medicine, which is the standard. I think probably everybody on the planet over a certain age will be on it, and that's lisinopril. And then when I had a back injury that messed everything up. I was put on, okay, so there's my dark. I'm going to go to the scarlet red. So then at some point with the whole spine injury that really was a whole different life experience. They put me on a medicine, another helper, they call it the helper blood pressure medicine called amlodipine. Well, that over the years started causing me to have swelling in my ankles. In fact, it can have you cause swelling in your hands, feet, and face. And so then to counter the swelling in my feet and ankles, they gave me hydroxy, HZTZ is what they call it, hydroxy something, big long word. And that's just a water pill. But it is also a blood pressure medicine. So he agreed because of the swelling issues. There's other things. You can have low energy with amlodipine and fatigue. I am not generally a fatigue feeling person, and I have been on the amlodipine long enough that the only symptom I know it lingers is the swelling. So off I went, official as of yesterday. And with the whole fitness, my back is better. You know, I'm fused, so it will always be what it is, and it's always going to have its bad days. I live in the South because in the cold climate, my back really bothers me, and it is way happier here in the warm climate. I absolutely love it. In fact, I even thought this winter in Florida, it was too cold for me. It was like, do I need to move down to the Keys in the middle of winter? Okay, so that was scarlet red. Going with the grenadine. I think I'm keeping everything really smooth. I hope you guys are seeing that I'm trying not to have any lines show. And the best way I have found to do this is light layers, light even, not going in direct lines, doing my ovals. I even am letting the ovals go a little over the lines. If it has full coverage, there's a little bit of a resist that you get. The only issue I risk is that on these very light tips of the blue and the light green, I might have so little pencil covering the white, and then see I'm getting a little red in the water droplet that I haven't committed to a particular color yet. But you can overlap a little bit. I have burnished most of the green and blue spaces. And this red's still going extra light. So we're already into the grenadine that's pinkish. So the other thing that I have been working toward with my fitness, finally getting back to as fit as I was before my spine injury, when I competed and rode horses and was very active. So I'm back to that level of activity, and I have worked myself off of my cholesterol medicine. And that cholesterol medicine, I down to what the doctor calls it, the baby aspirin version of the statin. And he is okay with letting me go without it, based on my numbers this time, which were great. He's like, the reason why you can do this is the diet and exercise. That's what makes it doable. It's not just a free pass. So I'm pretty excited about dropping 2 of my medications that I've pretty much been on for a very long time. Going to the pink now. Azalea pink. And we got 39 minutes, so I think I'm going to go ahead and start. 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 I'm going to go ahead and st I am going to I think I have enough of the color down, and it looks like I envisioned it. I am now applying more pressure. Okay, so now we're going to see if we can make the magic happen. Starting in the middle with little ovals, I am burnishing as much as I can. I'd say I'm doing medium pressure now. So by choosing to burnish with this pink, it means that the tone of the heart will be on the pink side, even though I had burgundy and scarlet red in the mix, and they are both more of an orange red, but I did want to be on the pink side, so this is working out perfectly. See, because I had enough color down, I don't feel like I'm gonna get any streaking, especially with these pencils. These are not a pencil that has the tendency. Now okay, there's some crumbs here because of the added pressure. This is actually not colored in. We'll see what color we end up putting that in the end. All right. I think I will go away now. I will finish. You guys can see the burnishing that's happening, because now it's just a matter of going through, and it's kind of boring too. All the excitement has happened, and I think going out to the edges will be very simple. And we're at 43 minutes as it is. So thank you again for joining me today, and welcome back if you are returning. I appreciate you watching these videos. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and consider subscribing if you are not already subscribed. And tomorrow, we're going to repeat this all again, quite literally, down below here with the Castle Art Soft Touch. So I'll see you guys then. Take care.